Alright. So yeah, hi guys. Today I will be telling you like what the lessons which I learned from VARC1000. This time the VA part, verbal ability. So basically I make these videos for myself. Like whenever I forget things or I'm not doing well in RC or VA, come back to these videos. I watch this and it gives me more clarity. So yeah, it basically I don't make notes and I just talk with myself for the same, and whenever I am in need I watch it once again, and it basically helps a lot for me. So that's why I'm doing this. This is basically for verbal ability VA. If you want, if you're struggling in RCs, then I have already made a video for RCs. You can watch that as well. So yeah, let's start. So so uh, let's start with the basic one, like the unity, cohesion and development. Unity in the sense, every sentence or every things in the particular paragraph are united, are their goal is one, they are moving towards one particular goal, or they are having some sort of similarity, or basically yeah, unity in them. So that's what unity means. And after that comes development. So the word, the sentence is developing the next sentence, and that sentence is developing the next one, and they are having main motive, so that it's moving forward. Basically the sentences are moving forward and there is a story altogether. So that is what development means. Like preceding sentence is developing the next sentence, the next one is the next sentence, or a word is developing the next word, next word. Cohesion in the sense they are connected all together by a certain things. For example, they're all together one. For example, by echo, there are certain words or terms which are repeating in the paragraph throughout. Maybe one word is repeating a lot of times, that's echo. And pronouns, for example, however, but, therefore, these, them. Before this they have to set a tone, or before this there must be one word sentence or a contradistant sentence if there is but or however. So pronouns also help a lot in this. And the other thing is signal words in the sense they are indicating that next sentence this might be this, or next sentence might be positive, might be negative. This might be the reason for that, this might be the reason for this, because of this, because these are the certain words with signal words. And then block or let's say pair, we can make in para summaries or in odd one out, we can pair two sentences that this and this sentence are definitely connected. These two definitely form a pair, like without this can't come, or without that this can't come. They both are very much connected or form a very good pair. So that's about pair. This is the introduction or the basics which have to be sorted before going to VA. So let's start with para summary. For para summary, basically there is no perfect summary. We have to choose the best among the given 4 summaries. So as soon as you keep this or jot this down in your mind, it's the better, because there is no perfect summary. Yes, because there is no perfect summary. Whatever you are thinking, right, this might be you are making a shadow answer, that this might be a right answer, but that won't be in the 4 option choices. We have to choose the best among those 4. Which is the best among these 4 option choices? So in parasol, one tip what I would give is see the option choices. Don't read it, see the length of it. If the length is longer, then it has to cover most of the areas of the para. Like it has to cover more quantity, whatever it's saying, right? The main points, they have to cover all of those points in short manner. Maybe there is one in IMS, what they do is there is XYZ, or they divide the para into three parts. X, first half X, second half Y, last Z. So they make a short note of all of those, and then they, in the para summary, they see if all the options are including X, Y or Z. If they are including, then that's the answer. That's what they do in IMS. But here, what in para summary, if it's a long one, then I do like if it's including all of the topics in all of the ideas which are mentioned in the para summary, that particular para, the options are if it's long, then it's completing all of this or not. And if the options are short, then it's the main idea. I can read it very fast, not fast in the sense get the crux of it, and the para is getting the main idea of that particular option is getting the main idea of that particular para, then that might be the answer. So this is one cue which is helping me in para summary, to be honest. If you're good in RCs, then you might be good in para summary as well, but only trap might be the options are very close and there is no perfect option, right? So that might be a hurdle which you want to pass. I hope I'm making sense. Talking about para jumbles, they were not in CAT 2024, but they might be back in CAT 2025, so have to practice that as well. So in para jumbles, you have to look for the starting sentence and then make pairs accordingly. I mean, yeah, making pairs is the main thing for para jumbles. You have to find the starting sentence. Finding the starting sentence is not that difficult. Once you find the starting sentence, then start making pairs and use some logic, unity, all of those echo, signal words, all of those things. And yeah, para jumbles, I was never good at para jumbles. I am not good at para jumbles. I hope I will be good at para jumbles with practice. Yeah, I was happy that it was removed in last year's CAT, but yeah, I have to practice that as well. Para jumbles have to practice more. I can't give more suggestions, like find the starting sentence and then make pairs or blocks accordingly. And yeah, usually I get one wrong. I mean, first one, last one, I jumble things up. About the odd one out, I'm usually good at it. Like, it's as it explains, the odd one out. Pick unity. If four terms are speaking positively, one is negative, then obviously that's the odd one out. If four sentences are four options, I mean four sentences are in one direction, one is slightly deviated, then that's the odd one out. Yeah, pick the odd one out. Maybe you can use the bucket method as well. Pick one, put it in the bucket. If another idea is of the similar one, put that in the bucket. Whichever one is not in the bucket, that's the odd one out. Or sometimes you first itself you pick the odd one, put it in the bucket, then you might have to remove that odd one as well. I am not sure I'm able to convey what I'm trying to say, but yeah, I am understanding it. Now the last one, para completion. Para completion is like, does it fit in that particular gap? Does this sentence fit in? Yes or no? Or let's say there is a gap, right? Does the preceding sentence or the next sentence form a great bond? If that sentence talking about this sentence particularly, like for example, we found XYZ from a particular study and these were the findings, and next sentence there is a gap, these findings were important, XYZ, then that gap is immaterial, like, because both sentences form a great bond with themselves. Putting another sentence is of no use. And this is a gut feel. Like, if you have read a lot of things, then you might be good at para completion, because it's basically instinct for me. Para completion, I get wrong as well, but usually whenever I get right, it's instinct, like, this sounds right, yeah, this sounds right, or this sounds wrong, this might not be the answer. I don't prefer much logic, but this sounds right, that's it, and I mark it. I get wrong as well, but usually I get right in para completion and odd one outs mainly. Let me tell the order what I choose to attempt VA questions. I attempt it at last after my RCs. So I definitely attempt all of the theta questions like odd one out and para jumbles, but I attempt it last because there is a lot of scope of getting it wrong. Para jumbles especially, I attempt para jumbles at last, but I definitely attempt it. And odd one out, I attempt it secondly. I mean, I take almost 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes to attempt odd one out, and almost 2 minutes or more to attempt para jumbles. That's why I attempt at the last, because if I attempt it earlier, I take a lot of time. If I have attempted at the last, I have certain amount of time. I have to attempt it at that particular time, and I get over with it. Odd one out, I definitely attempt it and give 1 to 2 minutes. And para summary, it takes 2 to 3 minutes. I have to reduce that time. But if the para is long and I get confused between two options, I just skip it. I read it, I read the options. If I'm confusing, I'm taking a lot of time, I just skip it and move forward. Or either I mark one of it and move forward. In para completion, I take almost 2 minutes and I definitely attempt those. That's the main priority of mine, para completions. So para completions, odd one out, para summary, then last is para summary. So yeah, it depends upon the difficulty of that particular mock as well, not just a preconceived notion of mine. But yeah, this is what I do for VA. So I hope this might be helpful for you. If you are struggling in RCs, I have made a separate video for that. You can watch that as well. So yeah, that's it for today. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.